have always had a passion for dance since a very young age. I dance to express myself and my feelings. I dance to release my anger, worries or stress. I dance to tell stories and to be a different character each time. I also have a passion for filmmaking. As I was growing up, I developed these skills because I knew one day I wanted to make screen dance films. And now is the perfect time for me to put all these skills together. In order to achieve producing the highest quality screen dance film, we will need to delve deep into the nature of screen dance in order to truly understand it. To do this, I will be meeting some of the pioneers who have perfected this form of art.
There is kind of a big difference between a documentary of a dance piece, where you've made a piece and you just want people to be able to see it.
I think screen dance, or as it used to be called, dance films, are dances that are created for the camera as opposed to being cameras pointing at a dance that was created for the theatre. So the choreography is worked out for the picture frame, the screen frame, as opposed to a physical space.
BBC commissioned a lot of dance films, including the Beethoven Love film with Bob Bradley and Motion Control. And when they commissioned the films, they said, we want this to be a piece that could never be on the stage. We want something that really uses film in a very particular way.
What makes a screen dance piece interesting is its elements and what it consists of.
Sound is very important. I always find it disconcerting when the dance that you're seeing has no noise of its own or sound of its own and is just sort of floating away from the music, say, and then everything seems like a dream, a disconnected dream. And I think some of the dances that make quite a lot of noise are actually quite successful for the screen, like tap dance.
For me, I like very small movements, like hand movements and the eyes and the face. When you're in a big theatre, you just can't see it. Whereas when you make a dance film, you can put the camera wherever you want. You can put the camera right close or halfway or long shot, whatever you need. So it's very exciting and you can actually get a really good sense of the dancer. So for example, the piece I mentioned earlier, Motion Control, the original title of that piece was called Duet, although it's only got one dancer in it. But we wanted it to look like the dancer was making a duet with the camera. Taking it even further, you can actually go into kind of special effects and manipulation.
And location is very important as well. So the opportunities a location offers you in terms of movement and framing and you know, just general excitement and how this adds to the concept rather than shooting things in a white room or on a stage.
There are other alternatives that you can animate and make to dance.
I think you can make a dance film with anything. I mean, human body is the most obvious. You could have objects that are animated around a space. You could use the natural, you could use gravity, you could do all sorts of things.
Screen dance, or dancing for the screen, has been developed majorly in the early 21st century, but it keeps on evolving and developing with the invention of new technologies.
Dance is very three-dimensional. I made some experiments and I thought, well, why not make some 3D dance? I made the Tango de Soledad, where it's projected onto the wall, but it looks like the dancer is actually in the space in front of you. I kind of developed this sort of technique to make the dancers look really, really real. The ultimate piece that I made in this way was, I thought, can I make a piece which the dancers are so real that I can put real dancers next to them and the audience doesn't know the difference. So I made this piece called Art of Movement. In the final section of the piece, in Kyoto, there's 6 dancers and 2 of them are real and 4 of them and not real. The 6 dancers finish, and then they do a very slow Japanese bow. And then I say to the technicians, switch all the lights on suddenly. So the audience is watching and they see 6 dancers, and then there's only 2 dancers.
With the accessibility that social media has offered, there has been a new wave of screen dance being made by the younger generation.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily making it more appealing for the younger audience. I just happen to work a lot with younger audiences. So I have a youth dance company, which is literally just called BH Dance Company. I love to work with young people just because when you work with the older people, a lot of them have work, they have jobs they need to get onto, so it's very hard to kind of lock them down. We did an amazing piece last year called Therapy. And the whole point was, it was under a hashtag that was mental health is not visible. It shows this one girl who's going to school as a normal kid, and all these things are happening. And what you do is, by the end of the short film, you start to go, wait, is this really happening? And I actually sat them down at the beginning of this and said, right, what do you want to create this year? And I have that interactive conversation with them where I say, you know, what's going on in your lives? What's the hot topics at schools? Because I don't know, I'm old. So like, you know, mental health is a big thing that's going through school at the moment.
I need it. This is my career. Tap, tap, do. Yeah?
The main difference between dancing on stage and dancing for film is that on stage you perform to one audience, there's one angle, and on camera you can be recorded from any angle, any shot, so like it could just be your legs or behind your body, whatever.
So I think the main difference between dancing on film and dancing on stage is that for dance you have to think about everyone in the room. There's a dance phrase saying like dance to the back seats, so is you have to think about projection and being really big, as well as working as a group and being seen united. I think also on dance film you have to really be conscious of the camera, and also you have to do a lot of minute details and everything gets picked up on camera, whereas on stage like nothing's really. It's more of a spectacle, rather on film it's like really minute details. Yeah, so we did a concept video earlier this year, and we had to do the one move like over and over again for solid, like what you say, half an hour or something, just to get different angles and to get the perfect shot.
The main difference from being on stage and film is that on stage it's a lot more pressurising. You have to get it right the first time, and there's no going back. If you make a mistake, then that's that. But however, if you're on set, you can be on set for the whole day, a couple of hours, 1 hour. You can redo the shot.
So one, I'm trying to bring in as much kind of current topics that are with the young people today, and old people actually. But bringing that in makes it more accessible. You know, it gives them something to focus on. I let them have a big interactive role in deciding the story, and even sometimes the choreography. I suppose that's how I'm helping younger people get more into dancing for film.
Now that you've had an insight into screen dance, we put it into practice to make our very own dance piece.